Hello everyone and welcome to Intellipaat. This video is a part 2 of a 3-part series related to Salesforce. Now let us take a look at the agenda for this part. Firstly, we'll begin with a real-time scenario, followed by Salesforce application introduction, and finally we will see how to create a campaign in Salesforce. But before we begin with the first topic, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.
All right, so just want to give you a scenario first. So what we are going to do is let me take a scenario and I'm going to randomly pick up a couple of names. So let's say Anand is one person and Aniket is another person. Okay, so both of them are having mobile phone connections. Okay, and these mobile phone connections are uh, pretty good for them. They are happy about this mobile phone connections and they are very happy about this. Only thing is that they are having little less data. So they don't have any other complaints with this mobile service provider. They don't have any complaints with this mobile service provider, except for the fact that the data that is being provided is little less. Okay. So what happens is there is a competitor who announces a better plan. So service provider is charging them, let's say they are paying Indian rupees. Most of you guys are Indian, so I'll say 799 rupees Indian. Okay. Now the competitor has started a new plan, which is 999 plan. And then whatever the features that they have from their current this thing current connection or connectivity, whatever you call it, they have almost like 1.5 times more in this plan. So both Anand and Aniket are planning to move into this new competitor's plan. So what will they do? What should you do first to get out of the current service provider and move into the new service provider? What should you do? So what they do is they'll notify the service provider for disconnection. So as soon as Anand and Aniket set up the request for disconnection, what happens? Will the service provider disconnect them and say, hey, Aniket, thank you, we are disconnecting in next 2 hours, or Anand, thanks, bye bye, you are no longer connected with our services? So will they do that or will they do something else? And right now, Anand is with the service provider for last 55 months, and Aniket is with 38 months, so no contract, so no fee. They want to know why. So how does that happen? How do they know? Will they send someone to your home? And so where will you get that call? How will the service provider take the information from you as to why you have raised a disconnection request? The customer service. From the call center, you will get a call. So once you get a call from the call center, it will be a team called retention team. They will be calling Anand and Aniket, and then they will say, hey, why are you disconnecting? So you are there with us for a very long time. You are one of the valuable customers to us. And why are you leaving us? So Anand and Aniket both say that we don't have any problems with the connectivity. We don't have anything, but the data plan is pretty small data plan over here, and you're not giving us any OTT app subscriptions for free, whereas the competitor is providing you this OTT plan. So now the retention team guy who called them says that, okay, fine, you are ready to bear 999 rupees. You are ready to bear 999 rupees. If you add another 100 rupees to it, Okay, it would be a 1100 rupee plan. So you're paying 1,000 rupees almost. So it would be a 1100 rupee plan, wherein your data gets tripled, your calling minutes get tripled, your messages gets tripled, and you will get access to 7 OTTs. So it's a good deal. It's a good deal. So now Anand and Aniket takes this deal up. Now, when it comes to Anand, the call center person will still go on saying, okay, fine, 1100 is one deal that I gave you. I'm going to give you another deal. If you go in for 1249, if you go in for 1249, you will get the same things. You will get the same things. Instead of three times the data, you will get four times the data. And instead of 7 OTTs, you will get 10 OTTs. And on top of it, if you sign a contract for 36 months, okay, if you sign a contract for 36 months, we are going to give you a Samsung phone. Okay, we are going to give you a Samsung brand new 5G phone. Only thing is that you have to, right, you got to sign the contract for 36 months. So Aniket picks this thing and then Anand will pick up this. So now the call center representative tells that you got to sign your documents. Okay, we need your ID proof and we need your signature on the contract form. So there are two ways you can do it. One is you give us the mailing address that we have, the mail ID that we have on the records is this, and we will send the documents over here. You got to download that documents, print them, sign them, scan them, and send them to us, provided you don't have a digital signature. If you have a digital signature, you can do a digital signature on that and then send in a copy of your ID proof. The day we receive it, the same day we will courier you the mobile phone for the next day delivery. Or the second thing is you go to a storefront. So wherever you go, whichever store, you just give your mobile number and they will pick up the data and they will give you the mobile phone after signing the thing. So Anand will pick up the second option where he will go to the store. So once Anand goes into the store, the store manager picks up the mobile number from Anand and he pulls out all the data from Anand, all the data that Anand had as an interaction with the call center representative. And then the store manager says, fine, you are paying 1250 rupees. And instead of 1250 rupees, for 1250, you're getting a Samsung phone. But if you're going to increase this fee by another 100, go up to 1350, I'm going to give you an iPhone 13. So I would love to offer you an iPhone 13. Okay, but it gets increased. On top of this, if you go in for 1375 for 3 years, along with iPhone 13, I'm going to give you a full insurance. And this insurance will be valid for 3 years till the time of your contract. Till the time of your contract, any damages, any breakages to your phone, no questions asked, new parts will be replaced or the phone will get replaced. So, on top of that, he says we are running 50% off on the screen guards. We are running 75% off on the accessories for your mobile phone. So, whichever you want, we can do it. So, he will start giving a lot of other offers also. So, Anand picks up whatever offers that he wants, and then Aniket picks up you the thing, and they will start using the phone. So they'll get their brand new, Anand gets a brand new phone, and then Aniket gets an upgraded connection and they'll start using it. After a month, they have to pay the bill. So how do they pay the bill? Where will you pay the bill? You can walk into a store, you can drop a check, you can pay cash. direct debit from your bank account. But again, you have to set up the direct debit. Where will you set it up? Online. So the third thing is online. So when you log in to the website and key in your mobile number and the password that you have, what do you see? Do you see your data or do you see someone else's data? So now, one thing that you need to understand over here is first, the call center retention team guy called you. That person has got full information about you. Then you walked into a store. The store manager has got full information about you. Then you logged on to the web. The web has got full information about you. How is all these things happening? So all these things are happening because there is one central database that is there. There is one central database that is there. Okay. Now, when you look at this one central database, now this database is the one that is being accessed. Okay, this database is the one that is being accessed by the call center. This is the database that is being accessed by the call center. Okay. The same database is being accessed by the online store, right? And the same thing is being accessed by the storefront also. So whatever is whatever these are called channels. Your call center is a channel, your store is a channel, your online is a channel. So whatever is the channel that you are going through, the database, the database is getting updated properly. And it is ensured that your data is properly stored. So now this particular scenario, when you look at this particular scenario, when Anand and Aniket had put in their cancellation request, immediately they got a call from the retention team. Getting a call from the retention team is not the point over here. The point over here is as soon as Anand and Aniket had put in a cancellation request, a trigger has been fired to the retention team. Okay. A trigger has been fired to the retention team uh, stating that these two customers are going to leave. So what is the thing that you need to consider over here is the trigger that has gotten there. And then immediately one person, depending on the experience and depending on the customer loyalty, okay, 60 months, 56 months, 38 months. So depending on the customer loyalty, the experienced retention agent has been notified to call these people. So that is the second one. Okay, agent identification. Okay, that is the second thing that you need to keep in mind. The third thing over here is when the agent is talking to Aniket and Anand, Anand is getting one set of offers. Aniket is getting another set of offers depending on the years they are there, their loyalty period, depending on their loyalty time, they are getting different offers. Now, the fourth thing that you have to keep in mind over here is when the interaction is happening between the agent and Aniket and Anand, the entire interaction is being recorded. Well, the recording means it's not pure recording. The agent is typing it and the data is getting stored into the database. So when the store manager opened up, the database with Anand's mobile number, all the data pertaining to Anand has been shown to the store manager. So proper care. Okay, so proper security is being offered. Proper security is being offered over there where only Anand's data, only Aniket's data is shown to the store manager. Then the fifth point that you have to remember over here is when the store manager is talking to Anand, he said, okay, fine, you are at 1199 plan. Instead of 1199, if you go in for 1399 or 1249, whatever is it. So he says you have to go to 1349 plan or 1399 plan, where I can, instead of a Samsung phone, I can give you an iPhone 13. So he is trying to do a sale of the product, like his current plan is so the store manager is trying to sell another product which is X plus Y amount. So he's trying to sell more to Anand. So that additional sale that this guy is trying to do on top of what it is there, he's trying to increase that sale. That kind of sale is known as upselling, or you call it as upsell. On top of that, he says you add a 25 rupees more for 36 months, and then I'm going to add an insurance. You buy the scratch cards at 25% off, or you have cases for 50% off. So he's trying to sell the related products for the mobile phone. So that is called cross sell. So what products to be upsell, what products to be cross sell is again being given to the store manager. Now, when Anand logs in into the online application, when Anand logs in into the online application, Anand is able to see only Anand's data. Anand is able to see only Anand's data. So that is another security that is taken care by. Okay. And whenever he pays the bill, that bill, the transaction, whatever is the transaction that is happening, that is managed in a proper way. So those transaction management is also taken care. So who is going to do all this stuff? All this stuff is managed by something known as a CRM software. So CRM over here is called as customer relationship management. Okay, CRM is known as customer relationship management. And the software that is for customer relationship management is called CRM software. And in our, there are many CRM softwares. The first CRM software is called Siebel. And the current CRM software that we are going to learn about is Salesforce. So our concentration, even Salesforce does whatever I told you right now. Salesforce also does whatever the things that I have told you from the applications. All right. Now, my question over here is, in this entire discussion, who is the focal point? Customer. The customer is the focal point over here. The client or the customer. Yes. So all the actions that we are trying to do is is ensuring that the customer is very nicely treated. The customer is very nicely treated and ensures that no customer dissatisfaction issue has come. Now, like the service provider is there, the mobile service provider in 2019, okay, has got 150,000 customers. In the year 2019, okay, they have 1,050 customers. Okay, now in the year 2020 also, they have 150,000 customers. Then again, in 2021 also, they have 150,000 customers. And even in 2022, we are almost coming to the end. So even till date, they have 150,000 customers. So is this company, all this is because of this company's excellent customer service. All this is because of the company's excellent service. Now the question over here is, Is the company doing good? Is the company doing bad? Or is the company doing ugly? So, in fact, the company is bad. The shape of the company is bad. It's not ugly, at least it's in a bad, or it's in the brink of going from bad to ugly, because you see it's in losses. So, what is happening over here is there are no new customers, only the existing customers, or customers have quit and new customers might have come, but it is the same set. So the company is not performing well. Now, if a company has to perform, the company customers have to increase. So the CRM software, okay, customer relation, Salesforce is a customer relationship management software at one point in time. Okay, at one point in time, Salesforce is a CRM software, but now it is no longer CRM software. Salesforce has become, or Salesforce has grown beyond the customer relationship management. Salesforce has grown beyond customer relationship management. So, what do I mean by growing beyond the customer relationship management? So, the thing is, Salesforce, if you, in our example, we discussed that the company is not having any growth. So Salesforce should support a company's growth. When will the Salesforce, how can Salesforce support a company's growth? We will discuss that. But before that, day in and day out, either in YouTube or in social media channels. When I say social media channels, it may be Instagram, it may be Twitter, it may be anywhere. Okay. So those places, in YouTube, in social media channels, in TVs, in billboards, in newspapers, anywhere you look at it, you have either the advertisement of an HP, at least if you look at television commercials, or at the current point in time, if you look at television commercials or YouTube channels, you see Omen, the gaming laptop from HP, is being advertised extensively. So these guys are doing a lot of publicity, or they're doing a lot of advertisements. What is the end result of that advertisements? By watching that advertisement so many times, it gets registered in your brains, that you need, if we say laptop, without you really thinking about it, you'll give out the name of that particular brand that you might have seen so many times. Right? So that is where. So however good the laptop is, however bad the laptop is, okay, we don't care. It just gets into the back of your head. But again, if I tell you, there is a brand called Toshiba. I don't know how many of you know about it. There is a brand called Toshiba which makes rugged laptops. But I don't know why they don't advertise it, or I don't even think they are doing it now. So those laptops are very rugged, and at least almost like 10 years back, I had a factory fitted 16 GB RAM inside that. That's the only one that I had a 16 GB RAM available. So such a kind of a advanced thing. Or these days we also have, I don't compare Toshiba with Samsung, but these days we are also having Samsung laptops. Still, we are not talking about Samsung laptops. End result of this is that the brand is sitting on the back of our head. As you see these publicity or the adverts, that is the basic objective of this. Now again now again whenever you're doing the publicity, or whenever you get time, whichever thing that you open, you should see that brand advertisement. That is the intention. They would like to register it. But again, there are certain things that are influencing how big your publicity is, that how much budget you are doing, who are the targets, what are the target channels. All these things play a major role. So you need to decide on the budget spend, what would be the end result of that particular publicity, okay, and how much you planned for it, how much did you spend, what are the kinds of publicity that you're doing. All this has to be properly managed. So for that, Salesforce gives you a marketing application. You call it a Salesforce marketing. So you can do a lot of marketing applications. So now what will the marketing do? The marketing will either get you marketing will get you people who are interested in your product. The marketing will get you the people who are interested in your product. The people who are interested in your product are called leads. So the marketing will get you the leads. But let's say, I'll give you another real life example. So when you are walking, so when you go to an exhibition or a trade fair, I should say, when you're walking into a trade fair, you will see some stalls or booths, whatever you call them, where they display their products, and they don't actually sell the products over there. Those places are only for displaying the products. If you are interested, you can give your name, email id, mobile number over there, so that they'll get back to you for the sale. So the end result of any publicity is to get you the leads. So when you have a documented set of leads, when you have a documented set of leads, those leads have to be pursued further, and the leads have to be closed as business. Okay, so for that, marketing cannot do anything. So for that particular requirement, Salesforce gives you a sales application to do all the sales work. Now, once sales is done, okay, once the sales is done, definitely there will be a problem with the product. So if you have the problem needs to be rectified. So who is going to rectify the problem? For that, Salesforce gives you the service application. So all this discussion that we did over here will fall under the service application. Okay. So the service application takes care, actual customer relationship management is done in your service application. So now, what are we going to learn as a part of the Salesforce? Okay. So are we going to learn about the call center application, or are we going to learn about the storefront? Are we going to learn about online? Are we going to learn about marketing, sales, or service? What is that we are going to learn? Okay. So now we are absolutely not going to learn. Okay. We are not absolutely going to learn anything about this. Okay. This is only the this is only for your understanding of what is Salesforce. We are not going to learn anything about this. And then I told you what are the features and functionalities of Salesforce, and what is that we are going to learn. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so we are not going to learn anything about it. Then what are we going to learn? They approach the process is different. So you have a process over here. Okay, you have a process, a banking process, an account onboarding process, or a customer onboarding process is there. The same process has been taken by State Bank of India. The same process has been taken by Kotak. Let's take it like that. Now, if you have to open a account, you have to go to the branch, submit all your documents in physical mode. Like you need to give all your signed copies of the documents. You need to give all the signed copies of the documents. And then you got to sign everything. You got to physically put in your passport size picture, sign across the picture, and you have to do it. Whereas if it is the other banks like HDFC or ICICI or Kotak Mahindra Bank, you can just go online, take a picture of yourself using your mobile app, then enter the details, and your account gets opened online. You don't need to step into the branch at all. So the same process, but the UI is different. Okay, so again, when you look at ICICI Bank, the UI is different, the process is different. When you look at Kotak, the UI is different, the process is different. Everything is customer onboarding process only, but it is differently approached by different organizations. Here we have Salesforce process. Salesforce is an application by itself, guys. And when a company buys the Salesforce application, the Salesforce application has to be used by the company. But the way a particular process is defined in Salesforce application may not be exactly the way this company is working on. So you need to modify that particular process. Now, to modify that particular process, you may be requiring, you might need to do major changes or you might need to do minor changes. And there are two types of activities that you can do to restitch Salesforce to suit the customer requirements. There are two things that you can do to restitch Salesforce to fit the customer's requirement. So the first one is configuration. The second one is customization. So what do you have in configuration? In configuration, you will be using all the Salesforce provided features to modify the application, to modify the fields, create processes, create workflows. You will do all that stuff without writing even a single line of code. So if you take configuration, it is zero code. Okay, if you take configuration, it is zero code, I should say. Now, whereas in customization, you need a completely new requirement. Okay, for your business, there is a new requirement. For that new requirement, you need to create a new functionality. So to have that functionality, you need to have a code written. So the code is written in Apex language. You will write the code in Apex language. Okay. Now the code is written, the functionality has been developed, but the functionality has to be exposed to the end users. So for exposing the functionality to the end users, either you will write a VF page, or in other words, you call it as a Visual Force page, or you will use a lightning component. You will use a lightning component. So this is for functionality. This is for the user interface. Okay. This is for user interface. Okay. So these are the three things that are there under customization. Now, so let's get into the next topic. In fact, I'm not going to discuss about the next topic, but I'm going to tell you what is the next topic. So we will get into the Salesforce application now. So here you have, these are all the applications. So here you see service app is there, marketing app is there, and you will also have sales app. So first, what I'm going to do is in the marketing app, I'll take you to the marketing app. So in the marketing app, I would like to run a campaign. Okay. So I want to, like here in our discussion, we said we need to ensure that we do the marketing. Okay, we do the marketing. Okay. So we need to ensure that the product gets registered into the customer's brains. The product should get registered into the customer's brain. So for that, I need to run a campaign. So let me create a new campaign. Already there is one campaign that is created. So here I'm going to create one more campaign, new campaign 2022. Okay, this will be an active sales campaign. Now here, these are all the types of campaigns. Conference can be there, webinar can be there, trade show will be there, public relations, partners, referrals, advertisements, banner ads, direct mail. So this is a trade show where I will set up a stall. A person will come and then he will see my products over there. And this is in progress, I should say. And then start date will be 1st of September and end date will be 30th of September. I can give, if it is a real time scenario, we have to give expected revenue, budget, cost, everything. But here we can take it easy on that. So here I'm saving this work. Now, this is the campaign that I have created. Now, people are coming, they are looking at the printers that I've put in on display. Okay, people are coming in and then people are looking at people are looking at the products, the printers that I've put in over there. I've got some nice collection of printers that were there. So now Arun will walk. So let's assume that Arun is a student, or let's say Arun is a person who came in, and I am going to create a lead. So I'm going to create, Arun is expressing his interest on the printer. So he wanted to buy a printer over here. So last name V, and Arun, let's say Arun is working for a company called bluebells.com. Okay. Arun is working for a company called bluebells.com. Just say others. Industry will be apparel, or let's say this will be communications, and annual revenue will be 75 million. So Arun had come in and I've taken Arun's thing. Now, then came in another person who is interested then in my thing. And that particular person, let's say, let's take Grace. So first name is Grace. So let's assume that Grace is an engineering student. So she just gives her first name and last name, and then I'm trying to save. And I hit a problem over here. I've hit a problem. It says company field is mandatory. So here, does it mean that students cannot buy my products? Or will companies that run Salesforce don't sell products to don't sell products to people who are unemployed, and people like students and people who are unemployed? Does it mean that? Because I wanted to buy a printer for my home, and Grace is not able to buy it because she cannot express her interest over here. So that's it for today, guys. Till then, have a good day.
Just a quick info, guys. Intellipaat provides Salesforce online training mentored by industry experts. The course link is given in the description below.